How to Win the Day. This is message 567 and day 5 in our mini seminar on activation. And this message is dedicated to the ever-expanding Bill Calvin. After today, we'll have one more day in this mini seminar on activating your potential. What does it take to activate the miraculous capacity and potential that's inside you? Well, we've talked about your energy and filling your tank, or tanks. It's really not just one. If you don't have good energy to bring to projects and people, you're not going to be able to do your best work and show up with your best. If you're juiceless, you're useless, as W.I.N.s says. We've talked about time and how it really just comes down to a willingness to put in the time. It's not difficult, but it is time consuming. We've talked about focus and how you can have energy, power, and oomph, but if it's scattered, there's no horsepower behind it. As Bell said, concentrate all your thoughts upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to a focus. Now, last week I mentioned a way that I'm approaching some of my goals and thinking in chunks and sprints. As a bit of public accountability, I'll tell you the 3 things I'm focusing on over the next 10 days. Actually, 7 days now. I have a monthly email to clients I send out, and I need to update the database. That's one. I've started archiving these messages and am working backwards. So I have December and November done, and I want to have October archived. Third, I want to turn off work by dinner time. I call it shut down. So no more texting and email after dinner. So that's my sprint over the next few days. Along with that public accountability, I'm going to make a public confession. Listening to these messages, I can sound like a really organized and productive guy, but you're only hearing 2 minutes of my day. You don't see me the other 1,438 minutes of the day. I can procrastinate as good as anybody. I love to veg out on YouTube. Last night was a good example of this. I had plans to get some stuff done after work, but didn't. I scrolled through YouTube after dinner. I don't beat myself up over it. Today's a new day, and I'll do my best to follow through with all I want to get done. The question I try to ask myself is, what can I do now? And then try my best. Brian Johnson emphasizes making W.I.N.s, and that's an acronym for What's Important Now. W-I-N. What's important now? If you can bring your best energy to focus on what's important now and do that consistently, you will activate the Superyou.